This session was recorded live on Facebook.
So I think the last question that we're going to have time for today is, why does God allow sin? If God is all loving and all pure and all holy and all good, why on earth has humanity been allowed to run amok to the point where we have so much suffering and depravity here on this planet that is a result of unloving choices missing the mark called sin? There are two primary reasons why God allows this. And I'm going to get to them in just a moment. But first, I want to reiterate something I said in one of my very first videos. Planet Earth is an ingenious construct. It's a beautiful playground created by God as a safe space for us to learn how to discern loving, unloving, sin, hitting the mark, what feels better, what feels worse, what has a happy outcome, what doesn't, here on earth. Before we cross into the world of spirit where we're divvied up according to our soul condition, we have a brilliant opportunity here with training wheels on to get it, right, to figure out how to be kind and loving and tell the truth, okay, or suffer some consequences right here on earth. So the two primary reasons why God allows for sin, and he's created this safe space where we can do it, okay, without permanent consequences. He doesn't want robots. He wants children. And the only way to do that is he cannot compel us, which is why we forgot about him when we were born, because he needed us to feel independent of him so that we actually had a choice. Do we choose ourselves or do we choose God? And if God's right there hovering like a helicopter parent, of course everyone's going to choose God, because why wouldn't you? But he wanted it to be a genuine choice. He did not want to compel us. He wants us to be ourselves. So that means he's got to allow us to miss the mark. He has to allow us to make our own mistakes, just like we as human parents, if we're wise, really do need to allow our children to make their own mistakes so they can learn from the consequences, which are God's laws constructed expressly to show you that was in harmony. Ooh, it felt good and it worked well. That was out of harmony. Ooh, ow, that hurt and didn't work well. Now, and obviously we see people overriding that all the time here on planet Earth and running roughshod over good. Like I said, planet Earth is the only place where evil is allowed to run roughshod over good. But the second reason is that we are created with the potential to be very powerful creators. We're the children of the Almighty God. We don't realize how huge that is. We are very powerful creators. And the only way to get really good at understanding what that means is to give you free rein to figure it out. That's why sin is allowed. God is not happy when his children suffer, trust me. He does not want that. It is never his will for us to suffer. Ever. He wants us to be happy and live in harmony. Period. And the way to do that is prayer directly to God. And we're going to close with that right now. We're going to close with that prayer directly to God right now. And I thank everybody for joining me. And I hope you'll join me again next month, because we have tons more questions coming up. And so I'll see you again in the third Wednesday in June. Let's close with a prayer.